Okay, let's talk about the new hero Lee. So his synergy is Glorian, Verdian, and Monarch, and that's a very good combination because the Glorian synergy already got three monarchs. So Lilian, Lila, Eldery, and Talenus, they are all monarch. Now with Lee getting added, we will have four monarch within the Glorian synergy itself. So in the Mystifier synergy, Mystifier used to be a very bad synergy, like the worst synergy in the game, but when Astrid got added, they all of a sudden became the strongest, one of the strongest synergy because now they have four Monarch synergy within the Mystifier synergy itself. So Glorian might be something similar. So now that the Panda is added to Glorian and is now we have four Monarch. And the Verdian synergy is also pretty good because Selena Lila is already a Verdian. And if we add, so he will synergize with Selena and Lila as well. And also another very good hero in Glorian synergy is, as we all know, Navi. And Navi is also a Verdian. So if we put the Panda in this team, we will have like five Glorians, four Monarch, and three Verdian. So that's a pretty good synergy. You can also not play Navi and use Halissa instead. So now your team will have 4 plus 1, 5 Monarch. And as for your Navi, you can build another Glorian team with these heroes and probably adding another one like Gwen or some heroes from other synergy like maybe Ophelia. So now you can build two Glorian team with the Panda, and if the season, I mean in Yggdrasil shop, Glorian is happen to be getting the buff, the weekly buff, and you can build two Glorian team, or maybe in next season the Glorian synergy is really broken and building two Glorian team is also a great idea. Okay, moving on to his abilities. So let's take a look at the overview first. When Lee is attacked, he becomes significantly fatter. Yeah, that's a interesting choice of word. Greatly increases attack, defense, and health. So that's pretty good because if you are building a monarchy team, she's gonna survive some initial hits and increasing his defense and health and attack will help him like strike back. Lee's attack can trigger counterattack and carry the effect of season's astral with a much higher chance of counterattack than other partners. This sentence makes no sense at all. Let's take a look at hero's skill detail. Lee deals magic damage to frontline enemies with a chance to immobilize a target, preventing them from changing position. So the word immobilize, I think here means it doesn't mean stun, right? If it's stun, it's actually pretty good. But I think it might be just preventing them from using the swap effect like the Wukong's ability. And yeah, so the grounding strike is the same. If it's stunned, then it would be really good. But if it's just stopping them from swapping position, then it's not that great. So his next skill is gain a buff when attacked. Every buff stack increase attack. So it's not telling us what buff is. I believe it's just attack boost. This is not that great because it's like a Gwyn's skill with that only applies to him. His next ability is when attacked, there's the chance to counterattack the opponent. Okay, so I think that's what it means. So he will counterattack whenever he receive attack from enemies. Okay, we actually don't know how good this is because we're not sure what type of counterattack. If it's like Lamia where she counterattack with her ultimate, and that would be pretty good. But this one we don't know, and we also don't know how high of probability the counterattack trigger if it's like 50% or 80% or 20%. We're not sure. So his rune effect is least passive skill enhance defense and max HP additionally. So I believe it's this one. So the leverage passive effect. If you don't have his rune skill, he will gain only increased attack. And if you do, then he will increase defense and max HP. So his ability isn't that impressive, in my opinion, despite we don't know for sure, but my guess is that it's not that great. But for the synergy alone, his synergy is already really good, so I still think he's going to be useful in a Glory and Monarch team